Many people these days are concerned about machines taking over their jobs. Why would you say educators need to be open to AI in the classrooms?
Well, I think people are right to be concerned that machines will start taking over jobs. There have been a number of quite influential reports suggesting that up to half of all jobs could be under threat from automation. You've got to remember, though, that not only technology will destroy jobs, but also will create jobs. And it's an interesting question whether more jobs will be destroyed than created. And there's no law of economics that suggests that as many jobs have to be made as are destroyed. But and in the last revolution, the Industrial Revolution, more jobs were made than were destroyed. So there will be lots of new jobs made, and that's where education actually is actually very important, because we're going to have to educate people for those new jobs. In 20 years' time, people are going to be doing jobs for technologies that we haven't actually yet invented. So you have to be able to give people an education that allows them to learn throughout their lives the skills that they need for technologies that we have yet to even invent.
It's definitely not the case that people are going to be replaced by computers, that this kind of old fear is unfounded.
Well, there are certain jobs that will be replaced by computers. The number one job today in the United States is truck driver. Now we've got autonomous cars, but also we're going to have autonomous trucks. And that's going to be far safer, far more economic to have automated trucks. They'll be riding along in convoys, one behind the other. So those people will actually have to find other jobs.
Tell me, what ethical questions should be raised around the use of AI in education?
There's not so many I can see that happening in education. I think the big one, and is one that really applies to wherever AI is used, is really whether we depersonalize what we're doing. If we use computers too much, if we actually remove the human touch there, that it makes it a bit too antisocial. We actually would benefit from keeping the personal touch in education.
What would you say excites you most about the possibilities of AI in future then?
But it has the potential to make our lives healthier, wealthier, and happier. There are many problems facing society today. The ongoing global financial crisis, global warming, the global refugee problem, the global threat of terrorism. If we could have AI help us, make better decisions, run our companies more profitably, run our businesses more efficiently, then we could tackle some of these problems. So it's part of the solution to some of the problems that are facing us. Other problems that come to mind as well. The fact that we're all going to live longer, that's a great thing, but that's going to be a great challenge to our economies, to our societies. And AI is going to be part of the solution. It's going to help look after us into our old age, help run our economies.
How would you describe your OEB experience so far? Has OEB met your expectations?
So this is my first OEB, but I've certainly been impressed. I've been impressed by the number of companies here, the startup vibe. I mean, digital is eating the world. And you can see that here in education and seeing the number of interesting startups. And it's interesting to think where it's going to take us. There's certainly a lot of many different directions that you could see going here. And it's interesting to think which ones are going to succeed or which ones are going to have to be refined.